says we're live. Hey guys, welcome to my channel Glen. My name's Glenn. I like to share with you what I learn in the world of crypto. We've been going for 5 years now? 4 years? It's been a while. The price of Bitcoin. I don't know how popular this video is going to be. If you are watching this video at some point, could you smash up the like button for me? It's currently 3 in the morning in the UK, so I doubt anyone in the UK is watching this. Maybe a couple of Americans might see this, but most of you are probably going to see this tomorrow, probably in the day at some point once YouTube upload it. But yeah, the price of Bitcoin. So it's just gone down. So I think the previous resistance or support levels, were 62 something or other, 62,480, and I think it's fell below that now. It's currently at 61,800, 62, depending on when you look at it. And a lot of people are panicking because that would signify that Bitcoin's going to drop now, and this is the end of the bull run, if you like. But what I will say is, again, you guys that watch me on a regular basis know that I don't really do technical analysis. I'm just obviously saying these things because that's what the sentiment is, that's what people are thinking, that's the sort of language they're using. But when I first got involved in Bitcoin, people making it cheaper for Elon to throw billions into, well, they could be if he buys a dip. He's got to buy that dip, boy. When I got involved in Bitcoin and it had a run up in 2017, the price of Bitcoin used to go down, I don't know, bearing in mind, obviously, it was only 7,000 at the time. So, obviously, a £2,000 swing was huge, but it used to have £2,000 dips. It used to have dollars. I'd see Bitcoin go from 7,000 down to 5,000, and that was quite common. But then it went from 5 to 9 really quick, or it went from, I remember when it went from 12 to 18 in the space of a week. So when recently, Bitcoin has been quite, I suppose, if you like, boring, because it has been bouncing between 62 or 60 to 65. I think at one point, just once, it went up to 67. But typically it's been bouncing between 60 and 65. That's a fair analysis, I'd say. And a lot of people find that boring because a lot of people are margin trading. They're using, Prime XBT, or they're using Bybit, or whoever, Binance, whoever's doing these 300x leverage trading now. And obviously people are essentially gambling. They're throwing money on a roulette table and seeing if zero comes in. That's essentially what I think of, and I've said this many a times before. And the thing to remember is that just because Bitcoin drops a couple of thousand, don't be fooled. That means that someone somewhere is looking at that thinking, oh wow, I can get Bitcoin for under 60k again, or whatever price they get in at, and they're going to buy that up, and then the price goes up really quickly. So I suppose it depends on your goals and what you're trying to achieve. If you're trying to put £100 into Bitcoin and then do a leveraged 25x trade, and you're hoping it goes to the moon, then what you're trying to do is you're trying to catch a wave. So think of someone on a surfboard and they've got one shot at trying to catch a wave, and sometimes they just don't get it. They fall off, they fall over left, right, whatever. But there'll be that, if they kept doing it over and over again, there will be that one time that they catch the wave just at the right time and it starts to rise, and they rise with it, and then they surf and they go through the middle and they get the cool action shot, everyone's a winner. But that's a one-off. Obviously, even these, if you look at any YouTuber that you watch, I guarantee you this, they don't get it right. They don't get right the wave. They'll say things like, I think Bitcoin's going to 100,000 before December, but they don't actually say, hey guys, I think Bitcoin's going to 100k at 4 p.m. today. And that's the exact preciseness you need to hit that mark. Now, if you're just holding Bitcoin, like myself, I've bought Bitcoin and I've just got it in my wallet, and that is it. I don't leverage it. I don't, I just hold it. And sometimes when it goes up, I think, oh great, it's gone up, but that don't bother me, because obviously I'm playing for a more longer term game. I'm thinking, okay, it'll be worth more later down the line. But then also, if it goes down, it doesn't bother me that much. Like, I just think, oh, the next time I buy Bitcoin, I'll get more of it. But today actually, I actually bought about £500 worth today. So, I don't know if the dip happened by that time actually. So I would have got more Bitcoin if I'd waited. And that's really it. It doesn't bother me either way. Hence why I probably haven't done as many YouTube videos, because I don't really want to talk about a lot of the other scammy coins out there. So then that literally nullifies 90% of the market. If I just talk about Bitcoin, essentially you're just doing videos saying the price of Bitcoin's up today, the price of Bitcoin's down today, and I'm not that interested. It's really not that interesting. I'd like Bitcoin to get to 100,000, and that's more of a personal thing actually. When I started this channel 4 years ago, I sat down and we worked out the price of Bitcoin. I believe that one day it could get to $100,000, and I based that off doing my own research, oddly enough, and comparing it to the market cap of gold, and if I thought it'd be worth, I think it was 1% or 10% of whatever gold's worth, and I said, oh, that means that Bitcoin could reach $100,000. Now, since then, obviously, I've changed my perspective. I actually think that Bitcoin, I think it's going to hit 100,000 probably within the next 4 months. I think Bitcoin's going to, at some point, touch 100,000. Whether it dips down 80% from there, I don't know. A lot of people are calling for 150, 200, 300,000. I don't think that's going to happen. And I could be wrong. Could be absolutely wrong. Could double what I always expected. But I do expect Bitcoin to have a 60 to 80% drop. So even, let's say it hits 100k, I believe the Bitcoin will then drop, and there'll be a huge sell-off, because everyone will think, oh, this is it, this is the 80% drop. So everyone's going to be thinking the same thing. Then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So everyone will cash out and sell at the same time, which is going to create huge wick down. Then people are going to see them panic, oh my God, look, it's just had a huge wick down, it's going to zero, and they're all going to sell. And then we're going to see Bitcoin back at, I'm going to say $20,000 to $30,000. So that's half from where we are now. Now, you may be watching this and you go, absolutely not, Glenn. Now, when I say percentage-wise, obviously, I don't know the exact top price that Bitcoin's going to get to. It may get to 120,000, which, if you do 80% from that, is more than 20 or 30,000. So it all depends on how high it goes up, and then I expect a 60 to 80% drop from there. And then I believe that Bitcoin's going to stay around that mark. I actually don't think that the 4-year cycle is going to play out again perfectly like it has. And the reason for that is because I think that so many institutions and rich people, like, richest men in the world, are starting to buy Bitcoin. They're going to see that it's dipped 80%, and they're going to buy in, which means we're going to have a quicker recovery. Now, when it went through, and if you're watching this with me and you went through it as well, the only person that I know of that was actively saying, right, this is it now, Bitcoin's going to be like, this is the bear market for the next 3 to 4 years. And I didn't quite believe it at the time, because I was so wrapped up in like, oh, Bitcoin's going to take over the world, blah blah blah. And that was Richard Hart. Now I know a lot of you don't like Richard Hart and da 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 da. And just recently he said, oh yeah, Bitcoin's it's not going to hit a top now. That's it. It's, you know, it's not going to get a new all-time high. And then the other day it got an all-time high. So he was wrong there. I do think that scenario won't play out again. I don't think we're going to have like a 4-year bear market. That's my opinion. Comment down below if you disagree with me. Let's have a little read of some of your comments. Bitcoin Jake, he's been commenting saying, I've watched since less than 200, we're only going up. Every time it crashes, it's the best time to buy. Correction, watch since $20, been in it since $200. Bloody hell, you should be a multi-millionaire now, Bitcoin Jake. Leverage is very risky. I win and lose all the time. I've watched myself lose 3.5k in a few hours. Rare PP NFTs on Bitcoin, 1 million plus easy in 10 years. I actually think that Bitcoin's gonna, now that we're almost at 100k, I suppose, I actually do believe that Bitcoin will hit $1 million in the next cycle. Originally I thought 250,000, but the reason I say that is because we're starting to see inflation now, and in the UK especially. I don't know about America. I think America are having it as well. And I've noticed, I'm just noticing since coronavirus, everything's gone up in price. Like the other day, it cost me £100. So if you're American, that would be about $135, $140 to fill up this car. Now, before coronavirus, so you're only talking a year or so, it cost me $60. So that's a huge jump, from £60 to about £100. It's 40. That's almost a 50% increase. But no one seems to have like noticed it or picked up on it. I do our food shop. My family, I do our family food shop, and I've noticed, I don't know about you guys, smash the like button up if you agree with me, my food shopping has gone up. I used to only spend £80 a week, then it went up to £100 a week, and now it's like 150 isn't enough. I don't know if that's just me and the kids are all eating more, getting fatter, getting older, so we're just eating more. But I actually believe that there's an underlying issue there, that the cost of living is going up. And I've also noticed that a lot of companies, like I'm currently working at Amazon, so I've got to go back in soon actually. They're starting to throw money at people just to sign up. Now, a business is nothing without people working there, unless you employ robots, which Amazon does employ a lot of robots actually. But I think they've started like, oh shit, hardly anyone's applying for jobs, and they're chucking sign-up bonuses, weekly rewards if you don't take any holiday days or call in sick or anything, as well as offering good rates of pay anyway. So that means that I believe that businesses are going to struggle. Big companies like Amazon, obviously they're not going anywhere anytime soon, one of the richest companies in the world. But I think other companies, like, you know, the minimum wage is going to have to rise to keep up with this inflation. Minimum wage is going to go up like 10% in the next year or so, in my opinion. And then obviously every year after that, it's going to have to go up a couple of, like, at least 2 to 3% every year. Otherwise, you're literally going to be struggling to get by, like for food, petrol, car cost, tax, you know, road tax, whatever. Anyway, obviously the more money that is in the system, the more money people are earning, the more money an asset is, so house prices will go up. I think Bitcoin's going to dramatically go up. So when I look at my initial prediction of in 4 years' time Bitcoin being worth 250,000, if things were to stay the same as they were a year ago, then I still believe that to be true. But I think within the next 4 to 5 years, I think that people are going to be on a lot more money than they're on now, but then the cost of living is going to go up. So therefore, Bitcoin inherently wouldn't stay the same price. It would then go up in line with that. If you know what I mean. I hope I've made sense with that. If you want me to reiterate or go over that again, that's my what I predict to happen. And so far in the world of cryptocurrency, a lot of what I predict seems to come true. I should listen to my gut feeling a lot more than I give myself credit for, because whenever I do these sort of like off the cuff chats, when I just talk openly and honestly, like what I honestly believe to be true or what I believe will play out. Again, I've always had this approach of I'm not one of them, I'm not one of them. I actually done the title of this video, Bitcoin's going to zero, just to clickbait people, really. But you'll get people that will say that, oh, Bitcoin's going to zero, or on the other hand, they'll say Bitcoin's going to be worth 1 million in 6 months. I'm down the middle. I look at things like, okay, yeah, probably will dip, but then it will have a sharp rise fairly soon after, and then it's going to have a huge drop off, and then it will slowly work its way back up. So I have quite a level-headed approach. So that means the stuff I'm saying, because it's not so outrageous, typically it comes true. I actually thought Ethereum was going to hit $3,000 in this cycle. I think I did a video about that. That was maybe February, so beginning of this year. I said I believe that Ethereum's going to probably hit $3,000 a coin, and at the time Ethereum was $1,200, and I could probably go back and reference that video. And I remember people saying, no, it won't, Glenn, it won't go to 3,000, it'll get to 1,800, then it'll dip, blah blah blah. And here we are, Ethereum's worth 4,500. So it just goes to show that even with your best price predictions, I think quite a long time ago when CRO token, the crypto.com coin, that was 8 cents, and I said, oh, I can see this going to 20 cents, and now it's at 35 or something cent. So that's way past my prediction. I told my friend that Bitcoin would get back up to $20,000. This was when it dropped to 3,000, and he didn't believe me. And this is like, this sounds really stupid, but this is honestly how I'm going to gauge when to sell my Bitcoin. I have a friend, and he's always talking about making money quick, but he never puts himself out there, so he never succeeds. And he said to me, Glenn, when should I buy Bitcoin? I said, well, it's currently just dropped down to 3,000. I'd buy now if I was you. And he said, yeah, but what if it keeps dropping? And then recently it dropped from, I think it went up to 58 or 60,000. And then it dropped back down to $28,000. I rang him up, I said, Prit, this is going to be worth 60,000 within the next few weeks, couple months. And he said, but how do you know? He said, Glenn, that's double where I said, yep. I said, but I'm telling you, it's going to be, and here we are, 60,000. And he's like, I said, oh, you should have bought in when I said you would have doubled your money. And he said, yeah, I know. And then he said to me the other day, oh, Glenn, Bitcoin's going up. Should I buy some? And I said to him, I actually said to his face, I said, the day you buy in is the day I cash out. And he said, oh, why are you being like that? And I said, because you didn't listen to me at 3,000, you didn't listen to me at 12, you didn't listen to me at 20, and you didn't listen to me at 30. So, but you're going to jump in and buy it at 60,000. That doesn't make any sense. But that obviously shows the sentiment of people that are now looking at this. When he buys in, that is when we're getting close to the top. So I'll let you guys know the day that he buys in, I'll do a live video like this saying my mate's just bought back into Bitcoin, that's it, I'm out. Like I'm going to wait for the dip in February, March or whatever. And that is literally how I'm going to gauge. When I start seeing Bitcoin all over the news and videos and stuff like that, explaining how to buy it, then that's when I'm going to cash out. And I might not, obviously I don't aim to get the perfect top. It's going to be very vague, you know. I might cash out at 100,000, and Bitcoin might go up to 200,000 like everyone's predicting, and everyone's saying, oh Glenn, you're an idiot, you could have doubled, you know, what money you had then. But to be honest, I bought this Bitcoin at 20, I think at 20,000 or maybe $22,000. So for me, I'm like already triple. So you know, if it goes up to 100, I've 5x my money. Like, I'm more than happy with that. I can live with that. And if I miss out on a couple more X's, so be it. But I'd rather cash out with 5x's than hold on till it's at 0x's. You know, it's back to where I bought in for. So yeah, that's my view on Bitcoin. I think that it's probably going to hit $120,000. Probably, I'm going to say by the end of this year. I think by the end of this year. I think Christmas is going to be a huge time, like it was in the last bull run. Everyone's going to go home, tell their friends, tell their family, tell their aunts and uncles. Their aunts and uncles will download the app. They'll buy into Coinbase or whatever. And that is when I'm going to sell mine. And then I'll wait. I'll just literally wait 4 months until it's, I think, okay, that's at a low now. It won't keep going down. And then I'll buy back in again. And then I'll just hold on I'll just buy little and often. Bitcoin, no trading it, no cashing it in or out or anything like that. I'm just going to have one big purchase around February time, probably March. And then hold it for about 2 to 3 years, where I think it'll get back up to 120,000 really quickly, and then it'll go to 200,000, and then we'll hover around. We'll have some dips, we'll have some rises, but eventually I do think we're gonna be aiming for that 1 million, sorry, $1 million per Bitcoin. But that's in 4 to 5 years time, when the next halvening happens. And I think in 5 years time, the infrastructure for Bitcoin will be so much better. There's so many card companies that reach out to me. One of my most popular YouTube videos on this channel is me using the MCO card. I might have to do an update on that video. And I get all these card companies, hi Glenn, we've got a card, we'd like to offer you a referral bonus and all this. And what I do is I go on their website, I apply for the card, see if it ever turns up, and if it does, then I can actually buy money on it, like buy Bitcoin, spend it, and then cash out. Then I'll do a video showing you guys. But until that happens, I don't like talking about anything unless I know it's 100% legit, ready to go. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's my take on things. I hope you guys have appreciated this. I'm on my half-hour lunch break, and I've been you guys for 25 minutes. So that's literally it. I've got to go back to work now and work until 6 in the morning. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. I hope you've liked that. Don't forget to smash up that like button before you leave. We got 4 likes, but there's 8 of you watching, so that means 4 of you are like, I won't smash the like. But please do, it really helps the channel grow. Also click subscribe if you're new to this channel. Hopefully we can get to 4,000 followers at some point. Vincent says, thanks for the update. I saw you had another comment, Vincent, didn't you? He says, yeah, I live in California and I've noticed a jump in the price in gas and fast food. It seems to be the opposite here. People get a raise of minimum wage increase, things get more expensive. Yeah, well, the thing is, that's how it should be. The wages should go up, and then people have more disposable income to go and spend on what they want. But it seems like at the moment jobs are at an all-time high demand. You know, like there are loads of jobs out there, but not enough people applying for them. And now they're offering huge bonuses now, and they're offering higher pay. But the price of stuff has gone up already. So I think it's happening the other, and I don't think it should be. So that's why I'm saying, what I can see happening is, and I'm really worried about it, is interest rates going right up. to combat the inflation, we're going to see interest rates go from like 0.25 or 0.5, whatever they're at now, obviously the lowest they've ever been in history. I can see them going to 1%, 2%, 3% really quickly to combat this inflation. Now, that means things like mortgage payments. If you've got a mortgage, if you're not on a fixed rate right now, like, yeah, you're going to get absolutely stung. Then we're going to see loads of repossessions and all that sort of horrible stuff. And then anyone who's got a loan, anyone that's got a credit card, all the minimum payments are going to go up. So ideally, when you're going into these sort of times, these recession times, and this is the same with the housing market and everything, when there's a recession like this, cash is king. You want to pay off anything that's got an APR, and you want to start saving cash. And and that's when the bargains are to be had. That's when any collectibles that you've ever wanted to collect will be like 50% off, and people will be begging you to take them off them because they're like, oh shit, I can't afford my mortgage. Glenn, will you buy all these Pokemon cards off me, or F1 cards, or my Bitcoin, or whatever it may be. And I know that through experience. Like, I live that sort of life day in, day out. Every day's a hustle for me. So yeah, cash is king. So if you can get hold of cash and hold on to it, because I think we're going to head for those sort of times, they're going to be the best times to buy anything. And then all you have to do, and it's really boring. This is the thing, it's really boring. It's not exciting. You have to buy it and you have to wait. You buy a Bitcoin and you wait 5 years. You buy a house, you wait 5 years. You buy some Pokemon cards, you wait 5 years. And guess what? They come back round. People's finances settle, people get better pay, and then they're willing to spend more money, and then you sell the things for a premium. It's really boring, it's really lengthy, and it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but that is how it's done, and that's how all the professionals do it, and that's when all the rich people come out and they start buying properties up during those times. They don't buy them at the peak, they buy them when it's at its lowest. So that's it from me, guys. I've got to go back to work now because I'm running really late. I'll see you on the next one. Smash that like button up, click subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.